Ew.
Oh, that's not good.
Mm.
I'm looking at Jeanette's message. Hey, Templar.
Yeah,
Oh, is
I
it?
presumed.
Yeah, because it's just like, I didn't realize as soon as that's when he showed up, it's like, oh, well, that's going to seem like I'm being
No,
mean and I'm
it's
not
alright.
intending
It's alright.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey, Templar, did you get my note about gyms and such and things?
Yes. Paying of. I wasn't the whole thing about paying for the gyms is.
So no, because for cutting gyms, of course, has expensive in itself. I'd said basically, normally it would have been thousands of gold to get the things that you wanted to buy and the things that you wanted to cut.
real quick.
But in order to take care of,
They can hear us, Jay.
huh?
They can hear us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well then I think you probably would have just. Yeah. I think you probably would have just skipped out on getting them cut because he just walked in. Okay. Well, hello, people on the stream who should be able to hear me yet.
Hello.
Ah, well. Ooh, ooh.
Beckett, there. Now you theoretically can hear us, because, yeah, it's not like I haven't done this for 3 weeks or anything. Woo! Little bit rough start. Little bit of a rough start, but we are here. We are back. Welcome to the Vice, everyone. I've got some new audio set up that I was playing with, so that was making things interesting. But, hey, Hawkeye, thanks for the subscribe. 12 months. Love it. New Titans out there as well. Look at that. We are back. Yeah, I will get you, Kyle, on a see-through here in a second. But first, let's go around the room. Hopefully we'll get a good guy pie here in a little bit. And until then, let's go around and meet our cast. As I get everyone's names and places and the right names and places, we'll start, golly, with not Templar Warden, with Dragons or Cats, who's in the wrong place. Tell us who you are, my buddy.
Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I'm very glad and happy to be back. I see we've got new Titans out there, Evidence is out there. Hawkeye, welcome. And I'm playing Vidar Lycron, our wonderful, lovable Hexblade Warlock to Lysithia, the Soulforged Eclipse. Going through some Sojourn's Crossing right now. And after a bit of banter last session, Luck and Vidar would make a great couple, but we all know who he's fallen for. Anyway, that's me.
There you are. Next up, let's go with Templar Warden, because he does happen to be in the right spot.
Hello, I am Templar Warden. I am playing the Tabaxi Wizard hidden by Axel, who I haven't played for a while and have to figure out which spells he's got compared to my other wizards. Yeah, I'm down here in early New Zealand, although not as early as Australia. Looking forward to this. Didn't manage to catch all of it, but I got
you got it. Probably got enough of it. Next up, we will have our good friend NNG9.
Hello, everybody. Have you missed me? I've missed you. It's been such a long time. I am Energy 9. I play Luna, Water Genocity Monk Cleric, who may or may not be planning to get rid of a bunch of bad people who happen to be associated with the church. Also local punchers.
Local
me,
punchers. Last but not least, we have Tree-Hugging Druid, who is back with us after a little bit of a hiatus. How you doing? Ooh, did we lose you? Oh no.
Oh no.
Hello, I am Tree-Hugging Druid. I play second role. I know, I'm so sad. Hello?
We can hear you.
I'm lighting up.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. It goes a little bit ribbity,
So,
but it seems to be going.
my internet is very unstable. My internet is very unstable. I'm out in the boonies.
We will see if we can get that connection doing a little bit better as we move forward. I'm thinking what's going on is that we're robots to her, but she's nice and clear to us. That's my bet as is. We're hoping that Good Guy Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a really long delay. But in the meantime, let me get us dialed back in here to the Vice. We have been traveling. Everyone's back now in Sojourn's Crossing. Met up with some old friends and found out some of the happenings that have been going on in the world as we've been traveling pretty much everywhere. Now back as sort of high-level adventurers in this place, where they started out real time 2 years ago, their time about 4 months ago. But they've been across the world and back since then. We're able to catch up with some old NPCs. We're able to do some shopping, get some much needed supplies. Discovered that an old adversary, Florian Gilderloin, had been attacked in some way. and now sort of lies in a coma under heavy guard within his home. However, they also know that he could have some of the secrets that they need in order to defeat the Netherwings and the adversaries as they move forward. Having talked to his mount, the Griffin Balshirian, they hatched a little bit of a plan to try to use the bond between Iska, Balshirian, and Florian from some of their previous adventures to see what's going on inside of Florian's head. That's probably about it for the catch-up. Do we have any announcements from around the table? If not, we'll go ahead and play that intro and get ourselves started today. And with that, welcome to the Vice. And we are back. So we left off sort of at most of the party busy with some errands that they were running. Luna was up in... I am going to try to get you a filter that looks right there, Kyle. Oh yeah, so I've got a chroma there key on there now. Let's see if you turn off yours, it might go to see-through. Okay, let's see. It should be working, but looks like it is not.
Oh, good. Continue on.
Okay. Anyway, so we had Luna working with Brother Anthony up in one of the rooms that they had gotten to try to come up with some plans for the Temple of Purity. The Cathedral of Purity that he helped to build down there near High Mount, out in this delta. We have Vidar and Luck, who were down at Ulgora's. Got an interesting message from him before being shooed out, and then on the search for silver and other components for Vidar that he needed. Celia has been off on her own for the last little bit, wanting to do some roguey reconnaissance things and make some deals with... Oop, you're muted. So
I don't think she was talking to.
Okay. So she's been off away from the party for a little bit, doing some roguey things. And Templar, after the excitement at Harold and Marge's, went to go... decided to take Riley into more kid-friendly company, and headed off to do some trading with gems, etc., and also work on his plan for some way to utilize this bond that they had discovered between Baushirian, Iska, and Florian. Iska currently still down with Baushirian, chatting with him, spending the evening, talking more about the experiences that she had when she had been moved through sort of time and space and shared a soul with Florian for a short time. So, with that, Vidar, you and Luck were able to find what you needed to find. It took a little while, took some gold, but eventually were able to do it. The afternoon sort of got away a little bit from everybody as afternoon has turned to evening. Axel having returned with Riley to the Cloak and Fireball, to one of the other rooms where he is currently studying. And with that, we will join in on Axel and Riley in their rooms. Tell us a little bit about what you're up to. Whew, that was a rough transition. Sorry.
So at the moment, Axel is considering what he knows about, especially from, Grom's divination circle, and the changes he'd made. That he's thinking about how to assemble something similar, less powerful, but use that technique that he observed there to set up a window that basically somebody in the circle can access, look into or slightly enter into the bond with Baushirian and Florian. So he's got a circle, of course, with a couple of the components that he's snatched from a couple of other spells. The main one being the Blade Chorus, where he draws from the dissonance between the party members to injure somebody, insert the spell into their mind. As he's using that same technique in a gentler manner, and he's using, of course, his runes to empower it. He's using his insight rune, which allows you to look into someone's mind willingly. And then he's also adding in, again, he's doing a little bit of experimentation using runes he's unfamiliar with. In this case, it's the gate rune, to see if he can open this doorway so that it's less of a joining of minds and more of a surgical insertion and then removal, because he's nervous about this whole deal. Yeah, but he's got at least several different versions of the setup at this point. If he's gone through the afternoon,
Okay.
but they're just sort of different arrangements of circles, have different levels of runic magic versus more traditional techniques, and of course, he's using, the mirror as a focus. It's a magical focus, even if it's not full powered at this point.
Right.
He's got a couple of plans that he's waiting for Vidar to return, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, couple things. Let's start off. If you could do me a wisdom saving throw,
Those are always good.
as having recently been affected by your own mind, affected by spells and runes and the blending of them, just to sort of see how deep and risky you are going to be able to, to even start thinking about possibly doing this to your good friend Iska and Balshirian.
Yep. Wisdom, first roll.
On a nat 20.
I'm good with that.
On a nat
I kill this gal, no.
Yeah. Well, on a nat 20, you hesitate. Well, actually, tell me a little bit about it. How does Axel get over his fear, having literally had a large chunk of his intellect be seemingly destroyed for a small time until some deep fate and restoration magic helped him to heal?
When he starts out, he starts with like bare bones, the simplest, least invasive version, so one that he's not expecting to. And he just sits there for a moment looking at it and gets up. And he walks around the room a little bit, pacing, clearly nervous, and then he'll sort of look out the window. He'll look out in the direction, if he can, to where the tower was, the wizard tower.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll good guy pie, isn't he? He was going to talk to Luck, so he'll reach out to Luck in the bond.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably because they're close enough.
Yes.
He's going to reach out to Luck and say, "Hey, Luck, I have a question. It might not be best. I'm worried about the spell I'm putting together, and how did you, keep it together when everything was getting worse and worse?"
Well, when you said spell, I thought you had the wrong number. But
Practical experience is really useful when it comes to spells.
You have to hold on. You have to hold on to what you care about. I had faith and had faith.
In grain as well.
Grain.
Yeah, alright.
Strength, my son. Trust. And time. The names of my children and my wife were always there in my mind.
Alright. I'm just trying to make sure that this Alright. All right. Thank you.
You've
Just-
done amazing things, and I can't even understand. There's been two of you sometimes, and I have no doubt you'll do amazing things again.
Yeah, I hope so. Right. Right. Back to work. Let's get this done. Thank you. Yep. And yeah, he'll sort of settle back down. And he has a decent memory. Yeah, but he doesn't necessarily worry about. He's not not going to particularly worry about the accuracy, but into the magic he is going to inscribe music of a sort. From what little he knows of Iska's music and Iska's Chords of Fate, in fact, he's going to try and sort of intertwine that as a shield within the circle, as well as sort of tap into another spell, the Touch of Solix, Touch of Life, in order to maintain either channel life through in this circle or enhance it within to keep both sound, as well as the renewal rune as well, to again, just if something does go wrong or if Florian needs a boost, the spell circle or the spell itself can channel it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
for using the gate rune, which you do not know yet, go ahead. You've researched it on the road, but there was a lot going on. Riley was sort of discovering himself, and so, as often happens, your studies were interrupted, and so you couldn't get that deep focus to really start to have mastery over that rune. But you did discover that it could augment others. So if you could roll me an Arcana check for me so we can see how well you're able to integrate the gate rune to sort of make that doorway that you were hoping to. On a 16.
I'm going to use a Bardic Inspiration on that one.
Okay.
Simply because it's for Iska.
There you go. So, on a 21.
21.
With inspiration, actually thinking of the music to integrate into it, you actually find that strange space where magic and music become one, and these dragon runes as well, sort of the underlying harmony of this world, and are able to integrate the gate into your insight and into your renewal runes. And with Riley's help being born of the life rune to sort of create and continue to scribe this into something that you think could work. You do know, on that 21, you are going to this rune is going to have to ride on the bond that exists between Balshirian, Florian, and Iska. Balshirian and Iska will need to be involved in this to make it work.
It is all predicated on the fact that it's accessing on that bond and working with it.
Yeah. So
right.
Go ahead.
He'll do one more component, and since at what point would he probably finished in the evening? So would Vidar be back?
Basically that's Vidar and Luna is working on maps in one of the other rooms up there on the hallway you're on. Vidar, your business took some time, but probably luck getting the message sort of mentioned to you that Axel was working on something, and whether you rushed back hearing that Axel was up to something with runes, or whether you saunter back at your own time and end up either wherever you like, downstairs, upstairs.
I think he would have doing his little shop around. He would have been doing that rush shop. So when he had to wait in line, he'd be like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on." But no, he's after getting what he needed, he's coming back.
Inspirations all around from Hawkeye. Thank you.
Space love. Yeah, but coming back, he's just got a small crate full of parchments, inks, a couple of vats of holy water, and some powdered silver, a couple of other mismatched things for just a couple of his spell. But coming back, he's just straight to Axel's room and Axel?
You just come in, it's unlocked. I'm a bit busy.
Doing runes?
Yeah. It's not going to explode.
No, it's not what I'm worried about. You want a hand?
Yes. Please.
Alright. Vidar just opens the door, comes in here. You see he's just got like a small crate coming in. There's parchment quills. You don't even, he doesn't even realize, but ink has like spilled out and is dripping down through the crate and has gotten on his pants, but he can't realize it because he's holding the crate.
Yeah, Axel is sitting on the floor, book on one side, another couple of books over there. There is a pile of, his new purchases. He's got a couple of brand new journals, a couple of parchments, his own ink, his own supply, and in front of him is like several pages of notes and annotations. It's sort of just that semicircle of mess that he didn't want to move out of.
So I see you're set up for the next couple of days.
It shouldn't need to take this that long. This is for Belshorian and Florian and Iska. Could you close the door? Firstly, the stone. Is it better by now? I was just thinking if there's a sanctuary, that would be it, and that might be useful, and of course allow to integrate into the whole process.
Pulls out, he holds the box on the majority one arm, raises his left hand, and on the ring finger looks at the Ishkrin's ring. How's it looking?
There still are sort of motes of red through it. It is cleared a lot, but there still is some of that cloudy corruption that is still flowing within its crystalline blue surface. You still see it's almost as though there's red ink or red dye when you dump it into water still swirls, but it is far bluer than it once was.
Okay. Saying that and having it also on display to Axel, I'm gonna hold that to him. It's a bit of residual, but I've managed to absorb the majority of it. So,
wait, absorb?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
You sure sure that's okay?
See, that's a weird thing. I view it as a form of curse, and the kinds that I can grant, I've been contemplating it and thinking about it, seeing how I could just take this, and just through lesser little bits of exposure, just try to absorb and seep it in each and every day, and then try to refocus it through a spell. So crafting something with a lot of Lyle's help.
I'm just concerned about it that I get what you're doing, and it's actually like it's really clever. Yeah, I just want you to be careful. I mean, it's demonic stuff. It gets it's all happened.
Oh, don't
Anyway,
worry. We'll be
hey,
fine.
I'm not really gonna use that. It would have been nice because I was thinking like how Iskrin sort of reconstructed himself within it, and that sort of property might still be useful. But Lyle, can we use you as a focus? You are inscribed with the gate rune. I'm trying to sort of use that, and of course you bond us all, trying to sort of use that. Is that okay, Lyle?
Oh, well, sure. We can try. Certainly, it'll be a way for us to keep in touch with Iska, perhaps.
Yeah,
but
and like a safety, feedback if you spread out shouldn't be as bad, and just keep in contact is useful.
I will do my best to keep us all connected through this experiment that you're working on.
I thought we could use the connection between Balshuriga and Iska and the rest of us.
Oh yes, we're using that, but we've got
As an
this.
amplifier.
The whole. I'm going to show you, and this whole thing works. It will access into that, and it should allow us to move. Well, when I say us, I mean mostly Iska to move through it. But if we can, do anything to help either externally or even watch, it would be helpful. I have Mindscape stuff, and that's why I just wanted Lyle, and of course Lyle's powerful magical artifact with sentience. We can, you have control over your magic, the rune. You can work that together to enhance the rune with the augmentation that it's providing, all this stuff. Although now I'm very, very worried because of all the way you responded to me on that. Can you, if you want, you can put a box down, and we can work on this if you're okay with that, Vidar?
Yeah, no, of course. Puts the box down, realizes he's got ink stains, like, God damn. I'm gonna have to go more close. Anyway, so
Prestidigitation.
thank you. He pulls out powdered silver. He's got three little burlaps pouches of this powdered silver. He opens one up and says, I got three just in case. Now, one's expendable for whatever experiments we need to do. Possibly two. But so long as we could probably use the same sort of protection that I helped inscribe at Elevation Pit, possibly using this as well, just to cancel out external factors, especially if there's anything coming through from the past.
The way I'm working on it was, of course, we were only accessing, looking in. Well, the idea was the bond was only supposed to, this is supposed to make it one way until we need to do anything, or until Iska needs to do anything to act, or to pull him back, or to fix, and then, surgical incision and access. But that certainly can help. I shouldn't be needing much of it. I'll just get some. Well, actually, no, I was like, wait, do I need to? Yes, I'll give this a try, and he will, he'll see if he can, just pull on a little bit of, Vidal's knowledge of magic circles to at least get a one that seems to work effectively with mental stuff.
Okay. So, Vidar, if you can roll me an Arcana check.
Of course.
Actually, and roll me a Constitution check as well.
Oh no.
So Arcana first. One. Woo. And I am going to add a bardic inspiration to that. Because, it has been 2 weeks of sickness on a 9.
Okay, so that brings it to a 15. Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
Good to know. Don't worry, I'm not writing anything down.
The fear, chat. The fear.
Yeah, that's not me typing at all.
No,
Anyway,
He is now doomed.
so
from the beginning.
on the Arcana check, yes, you do. You are able to work with Axel to just reinforce this rune even more with your knowledge of magic circles, of some of old Iskrin's knowledge. You're able to refine this further. But even with the knowledge that you have, this is out there stuff. This is inventing magic, and so you guys work together for the next little bit, trying to get this sorted out. We are going to jump to Luna quickly. Working with Brother Anthony, getting plans pulled together for all of this. Some of his memory is a little bit sketchy on some of it, but for the most part, you feel as though you've pretty much gotten everything. And he sort of looks at you and goes, "It's been a while. Sorry, I don't have more to give."
That is all right. I understand, and I appreciate what you have given.
I'm sure they've also been building and restoring other areas that were just ruins when I left. So, it is, as you can see, a labyrinth that will have to be traversed or understood.
I am aware. I have some practice at finding my way.
Well, and certainly your mapping skills are far superior even to my own.
I appreciate this greatly. You will be pleased with this.
One last thing that might help. One of the reasons I was able to leave without as much fuss is because it seems as though a call went out. Much of the Temple of Purity's leadership has been summoned to the cathedral for the convergence. I don't know what they have planned, but it seems as though much of the leadership is gathering.
Then that means it will be far easier to deal with all of them. But duly noted. Seems like this will be the best chance to right some wrongs.
Yes, I would like to see. As trite as it sounds, the early days of the church to return. The old ways.
As would I. I would like to be able to enter a place of his worship as opposed to simply cleanse one.
Soon. Hopefully soon.
Thank you again.
I have penance yet to do, but perhaps this is a step back towards Cuthbert's good graces.
I believe it is. If it wasn't, I believe we'd be having a different conversation.
No doubt. Well, I have a drink. I need a drink. And
Okay.
he
Okay.
bids you adieu.
Gentle waves, brother.
I like that. Gentle waves.
Now I get to play the elaborate heist.
Yep. Moving over, we are going to go to Cilia. Stand by for just a second.
Hello.
That will do.
Am I still lagging?
Nope, you're good.
Yes. I'm not? Like, the light that shows up whenever you're talking on Zoom is, like, behind a little bit.
If there is a lag, it's maybe a second or two.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be too bad on this end.
I logged out of everything, and I have just Zoom going on this.
Roll actual dice. Roll actual dice.
That's fine. So,
No, I have... Right for you to tell, but it's there.
so let's just start right off. I need a stealth roll at disadvantage.
So, straight roll.
Yes, because of your cloak.
Oh, not sleight of hand. Still. Did it roll?
If it
It did.
doesn't work, did it? I don't see it.
It's showing up on mine.
Yeah, it's not transmitting. It might get here eventually.
I got a 20 and an 18.
Okay.
Rogues.
My worst roll yet.
You find yourself in a dark alley. A familiar dark alley. One that you haven't visited in close to a year. You are in the back alleys of Balathera, the city of fountains.
Oh, God.
Home of the Arcana Mystica, the center of the Obsidian Order. You're looking for answers. Tell me how you are managing to navigate this city where you were a socialite assassin, recognized at parties and in the streets. However, you are, for the time being, undetected amongst the huge monolithic buildings of magic and the dark underbelly of the Assassin's Guild.
So, Celia kind of ducks behind ducks in an alleyway, and like her cloak's hood is up, and she pulls her disguise kit to turn herself into her other identity.
Okay.
And do you want me to roll a dice?
Yes.
I can't speak. I can't speak today. Sorry. Disguise
Kit check. Yes, please.
Word I am looking for. Okay. I'm trying. I don't know if it's working though.
Yeah, if roll 20 is not working, just you can do a roll, either manually roll it or if you've got a dice roller.
I do have a dice roller.
Okay.
Or one of we can
I do
roll
have a
it.
dice roller.
Actually, you know what? I can pull up your sheet and roll it for you. Duh.
I also have your sheet, so
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Go ahead and have
Too.
if Luna, if you'll go ahead and roll a roll the check, so that way our audience can see, or our
Sure.
viewers can see what's going on.
all right. And it was
A disguise kit check.
Disguise kit check.
Yeah.
15.
On a
If
15.
there was no advantage.
No advantage on this.
Okay.
You're in an alley.
I do have my yeah, I do have that assassin's ability where I can become another person with files and everything.
Right. This is a quick disguise, though. This isn't
They don't
so much of
question
creating an
anything.
identity as much as anything. You are in an alleyway. There's only so much you can do. It's not as though you have a room and a wardrobe that you can put on. You've got your old clothes from Isolde, but you do have very blonde hair that needs to become very jet black in the back alley, which we'll say with your disguise kit, you can,
Yes.
yeah. With your disguise kit, you also are turning your sort of sun elf complexion to that of a moon elf. On a 15, you feel you've done an okay job. You wish you could do better, but
Yeah.
you have at least, it's better than being Celia
Yeah.
in this place and at this time. So you had followed a string of clues here. The Obsidian Order, this assassination attempt on Florian smelled to you of the Obsidian Order. Many of you all suspected it is from the Archmistress herself. And in a trade for some other services to Mithrani, he did rift you to Balathira to go and investigate, to try to see what perhaps you can learn. There are many, you know your way around the city from the highest orders and schools of magic to back taverns to secretive alleyways. How would you like to proceed, as you also know that every dark alley and every classroom and throne room in Balathira is either owned and watched by the Arcana Mystica or the Obsidian Order. This is the lair of the people who want you dead.
Evil.
Yeah, people who want you dead.
All of my enemies are here. Celia, once she's all disguised up with her disguise kit, she will head out to the streets. Her hood is still up. And she will try and be the best tourist that she can possibly be, because moon elves don't live here.
Nope, there are very few moon
And
elves.
she's gonna So she will walk over to a cartographer and say, excuse me, do you have a map of the city?
Okay. So first thing, do me a performance check
Oh, God.
for your performance as a tourist.
14.
Oh, God. Really? I rolled a 15? I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Well, you rolled a 12. The total 14.
Yeah.
Oh, 14, yeah.
So they look at you oddly. You can't quite. Do me an insight check. On a 19, they do. Their eyes linger a little bit longer than you would have hoped upon you, but they do hand you a map and say, "Yes, welcome to Balathira."
And she goes, how much do I owe you?
Oh, that would be a silver, please. Your first time in the city
Uh,
of fountains.
No, I was very young. Whenever I was last here, I don't really know my way around.
Ah, yes. Interesting. Well, welcome back.
Happy to be back.
I'm sure.
Do you know like the best place to eat? Quite hungry.
Oh. Why, yes. Yes, I do. There's a lovely tavern known as the Fountain and the Spray. It's just around the corner.
Is there anything that Celia would know
You know that the fountain and you know that the Fountain and the Spray.
about that tavern? Why are you?
You know that the Fountain and the Spray is one of the taverns that is controlled by the Obsidian Order.
Celia nods and she says, and which way would that be?
Oh, just around the corner. I'm sure you'll love it there.
Thank you. And she kind of like walks that way, but she's not going in there. She's gonna make it seem like she's going in there, but she's not going in there.
Roll me a. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand. Other than this is sort of to disappear into a crowd. On a 23, you see his eyes having rolling a 20, watch you, but seem to lose you as some carts and other folks go along, and you look back and he doesn't seem to see where you have not turned in to the Fountain and the Spray. He goes back.
So do I know, I mean, I probably do, but you know, gotta ask, do I know where the headmistress?
The Archmistress.
Yes.
The Archmistress of the Balathira.
That lady.
Yes, the Archmistress of the Balathira would be at the Arcana Mystica's sort of main building, their main sort of center, known as the Hall of the Depths. She is very rarely seen, does not make many social engagements, and as of recently has not. Even when you were here, and I say recently because she's an elf. Your time here years ago pretty much had not been seen. She sort of controls the Arcana Mystica from within the Hall of Adepts, up in the top spires, sort of this dome-like structure. I guess I say a top echelon of this dome-like structure. No spires on a dome.
I'm gonna look at the map,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to find the best route to her building.
The Hall of Adepts is basically in the dead center of this city. It is all but a sort of rough circle because of its unique construction. And there at the center is where the Hall of Adepts. There are multiple other schools of magic that reach off of it. It's sort of a giant complex of the Arcana Mystica, but that center main area, which you know has huge sort of vast areas for large communal and ritual spell casting, and these almost amphitheaters of magic within them for large ritual castings of great yet terrible power, as the Arcana Mystica controls all spells pretty much above level 5. It is where they shape the bigger magical effects of this world. But so it's at the center from where you are. You can all but take a direct route. There are thoroughfares that radiate out from the center of the city where the Arcana Mystica's complex lies.
All right. Yeah, she would want to take like the kind of the route that any tourist she thinks would take.
Okay.
Because she's playing tourist today.
Roll me an insight check. Oh, no, actually, I think we'll go back. Insight will work. This is to sort of read the crowd, so that you don't seem, so you are able to blend. This is sort of you blending with the crowd, moving in that direction with not seeming true purpose or drawing attention as a tourist. On a 14, you do make your way down this road without seeming to draw attention other than just the attention of a moon elf within Balathira. You are bewildered enough doing the normal things of looking up to the sky, gawking, as certainly someone from Falinari, which does not have this type of architecture, would gawk at the buildings and sites and the fountains and the amazing sculpted water that sort of flows in and around and through the streets of the city of fountains of Balathira.
Okay. So once Celia gets to the building,
Mm-hmm. huge, giant, walled structure. There are only a few public gates to enter in there. You approach.
So, Celia kind of leans over to the tourist next to her and says, "That looks amazing. Do you tours in there?"
So you were
Everybody's
roboting pretty bad. I think you were saying you were leaning over.
Everybody just kind of froze.
Yeah, you roboted pretty bad. I think you said that you leaned over to another tourist nearby and made a comment about the building.
Yeah, she kind of leaned over to the tourist next to her and says, "Oh my gosh, that building is amazing. Do you know if they have any tours of that place?"
First thing, do me a perception check to see if you can find another tourist. On a 19, you don't necessarily find a tourist, as there's not a lot of tourists in Balathira, but you find someone who seems friendly enough that you can say that to them. They look back at you kind of bewildered and puzzled, but we're just, heavens no. That's the Arcana Mystica. That is the Hall of Adepts. They don't allow tourists in there. They seem much more interested in basically looking down their nose at you than necessarily whether or not you are an actual real question.
Celia kind of looks at him and blinks for a moment. She says, "I'm gonna go ask them if they'll give me a tour. Thank you."
Oh, the gall. And you see them just seem very just horrified, mortified that, yes, that you would even intend to do that. You can walk towards the gate. You do see multiple Arcana Mystica robed figures. They all have sort of halberds, very magical looking, ornately carved. They pretty much glisten with arcane energy as you approach these weapons that they're holding. Their robes are shiny. You recognize just from Axel's use of magic and magical armor and protection that they pretty much, they're intentionally showing off that they are magically equipped, these 6 guards who are by this main gate. Do me a perception check. Another one. On a 27, it was worth checking because you know that this is standard procedure, but you thought you would check. On a 27, as you step within about 30 feet of them, you feel that familiar loosening of your tongue as you enter a zone of truth.
So that's a charisma save, right?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, because it's willpower, if I recall. Hey, D&D Beyond is a great resource. 3 clicks, and I'm going to find out real quick to make sure I remember my spells right.
And Zone of Truth is a charm. So I'd have advantage. He's elf.
No, it is not considered a charm.
It's not? Oh.
Nope. Just I was double checking. It doesn't say it's a charisma saving throw, but it doesn't say that you are if you are fail it that you are charmed. It's just that you are basically you can't you are. There's a word that I know that I can't think of what it is right now.
Compelled?
Compelled to tell the
Compelled?
truth. That's it. That's the word. So as you step into it,
If
let's go ahead.
if I have any inspirations as well, I will use that as well. On the
Okay.
save.
So as you step into it, it is when you step into the area. So go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll that charisma save. On an 8. And,
Well, so it says you can-
D12!
yep, and she said she was going to use an inspiration, so go ahead and throw a d12 on it.
12 total?
On a 12 total,
I tried.
yeah, you feel that familiar loosening of your tongue, that compulsion to tell the truth. You've been trained as an assassin to try to fight it off sometimes, but you are in an area of overlapping zones of truth from these guards. You are about 15 feet away. They're looking at you, but you aren't necessarily. You're not. It's not like you've walked up to them directly at this point. You are 15 feet away when you feel that zone take effect.
Mm-hmm. So Celia continues to walk up, and she says, "I want to tour the place."
You broke up.
I think she
She
says,
just-
I want to tour this place.
Okay.
Says, "I want to tour the place."
He looks at you.
And she pulls out uh, 5 platinum pieces, and she says, "I can pay."
The guard looks at you, looks down at you, and flatly states, "What is your business here?"
To get a tour.
For what purpose? You are under zone of
It's a nice building. She's not lying. It's
She's
a nice
not
building.
Well, it's not truly No, I guess it's. Let's see. How does this work? 'Cause
She's
it's
not
yeah,
lying.
she's not
Right.
lying.
I am very used to walking this segment. She's not lying.
She is not lying. Do you intend to cause mischief within?
No. Not lying, I swear. He's trying to stop.
Huh? Well, no, I am stalling, but I'm also checking to see how smart this guy is, and he's smarter than I am, unfortunately. Yeah, on a 26, he looks you up and down. Why have you disguised yourself?
How do I answer this?
But just bark at him.
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
Distraction. Oh, look, a dog.
She says, this is how I was born, but I was changed with magic.
Good. Good. That was good. That's the truth.
I'm sorry, is it not that good? I tried.
Which is true as well. Are you seeking to be changed back?
I mean, I would like that.
Have you been to Balathira before?
Yes.
What was your profession?
I was a hunter.
Hunter of what?
Which is true.
It is true. Yeah, like I said, my problem is that he's rolled really high.
Really well.
Yeah.
So,
Where
yeah,
he-
no, it's fine.
There's not much to hunt in Balathira. What were you hunting?
I was hunting game for other people.
On a nat 20.
This guy's just, man.
Sorry,
You guys
he's
are
on
getting-
fire. He is just
Oh
on
my God.
He's
Right.
on fire.
Oh my God.
See, you're still on fire. You're setting your internet on fire. That's
Yeah.
how good he is.
It's like, no.
She froze. Yes, Celia freezes. Oh.
Oh, God.
You back?
That's the...
Oh, I accidentally rolled things. My bad.
No worries.
Welcome back.
So, on a natural 20, he looks at you and goes,
Lord his rolls.
yeah, there is only one organization that hunts game for other people within Balathira. Are you a member of the Obsidian Order? This is the good part.
No.
Yeah, this one's easy, actually.
Actually, this is where Nat 20 is going to do him in. Because he also knows what it means to leave the Obsidian Order. He seems to be enjoying this tete-a-tete with you. Well, I am sorry. We don't offer tours.
All that.
Oh, forgot!
All these years wasted.
Celia nods. She says,
I know, right?
trying to think of the most silly way that this could be said. And it's like, because I have like the words that I want to say in my head, but I have to think of it as how Celia would respond.
Okay. I mean, if you get really stuck, we can do that. Celia would respond with words that...
She nods and she says, well then, since y'all don't offer tours,
Can you just walk in?
how do I get a job here?
His eyebrow raises. You say you're from Balathira, or have been to Balathira, and you're asking how one becomes a member of the Arcana Mystica.
No, I just want to be a guard.
One must be a member of the Arcana Mystica. Ooh, wait. So yeah, do you want to be a guard? I think that's...
I mean, she wants to guard her friends. That counts, right?
I'm going to say you wouldn't be able to say that under Arizona Truth, that you want to be a guard.
She says, I know how to fight and protect.
That works. You would have to have magic.
She nods. She says, I do.
Well,
And she says, I don't really want to firebolt anything out here. I don't want to get in trouble. But I have magic.
well, you'll have to make an appointment with admissions then. It's near the south gate.
Celia nods. She says, thank you. And she she waves. She thanks him and she waves as she walks off.
Okay. You walk, you get out of the zone of truth. There is sort of a big sort of moat and fountains around this, so it is a wide open space here near the wall. As you start to walk away, do me a favor and roll me a D100.
Oh, God.
And high or low?
Hi. Oh, God. Energy 9, please.
Okay. All right. Leaving it to you, dice gods. You can do it. No.
No.
On a 40 versus a 47. As you walk away, roll me a perception check.
Oh, God.
You're being followed.
No big. It's fine.
Uh.
Fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. It's fine.
So Celia makes note of this and she walks right into the closest clothes shop or seamstress that she can find.
You turn the corner and step into a fairly nice, fairly upscale place, and you, as you enter, you see questioning looks from the proprietors there. May we help you?
She nods. She says, I wanted to know,
If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Get out.
Celia shakes her head. She pulls out her gold purse. She says, I can afford it. Can you make me pretty?
They
I just remember, Celia has my coin pouch.
Yes.
She does.
Yeah. They look you up and down and go, no.
Yep, thought so.
Why?
Oh dear. Really? If you have to ask again, you should just go on your way.
She says, how much is it?
They look at you very snidely and go, oh, it's not about the money. It's about your complexion, dear. Run along now.
Oh, so you're
a long
racist.
way from home. Why, yes.
You realize we're both high elves, right?
Oh, yes. But you're of the moon and I'm of the sun.
Your point?
I can't make you pretty. Run along now, dear.
Someone's getting their shop graffitied.
So Celia says, you know, this was a test. And she wipes her face. Thank you for your service. And she walks towards the door.
Okay. As you walk out the door, you bump right into someone. They look you in the face and go, Celia Roloran, welcome back to Balathera.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to step away from you for a moment.
Oh, no!
Who?
We're going to head back over to Vidar and Axel. Who are we? Yeah, I think we're going to head back over to Vidar and Axel. So, you guys finish up. Luna, you finished up in your room. I'd say dinner is starting to call. You feel as though you've done pretty much all that you can do for with these runes. How are you wanting to spend the rest of your evening? That's all three of you. Luna, Vidar, Axel, you'll head back down to the main room.
Oh,
Luna would head down for dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would head down for dinner as well.
yeah, coming. The tummy would be rumbling, heading on down. Definitely go over to the table where we could see Luna and Iska if she's there.
Iska has arrived back. Luck never really came upstairs. He got caught telling stories down at the same table you all always are at. The downstairs is packed. It is crowded here as more and more caravans have arrived over the course of the day. You see Agatha floating around table to table. And it's pretty hustle and bustle down here in the main room of the Cloak and Fireball. Iska is, as always, sort of going back and forth between the table, going up to play. But when she sees everyone come down and starting to gather, comes over to the rest of you all. Oh, have you figured it out? That's not Iska's voice at all.
So, your progress. Do you have any cheese? I'm just gonna grab a plate of cheese.
Agatha.
Yeah.
You can go over to the bar and you know to not order cheese from the Frostbeards, as they understand what happens when Agatha has her cheese. But as you find a unsuspecting waitress who does bring you a plate.
I mean, he'll have some.
Yes. And seeing that you're actually eating it, I think, makes them a little bit more comfortable with giving it to you. Yes, it is Dairy Watch all over again. As the cheese arrives, it does not take long, even though she's been quite busy everywhere else. Arriving at the table, fluttering down, the familiar form of Agatha, the alehouse drake, her gold and orange and white scales, very much illuminated in the light of the candles, and her face brightens up and goes, "Dears, why thank you. I assume you've saved me a slice, yes?"
It's mine, but it is good you're here. I suppose if you're here, you can have some cheese and maybe help out a little bit. I've got a couple of questions.
Oh, well, of course, darling.
It is sort of,
Axel, is this a bribe?
Oh, I accept bribes, dear.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was. I was asking,
Usually, I'd rather have Gouda. Depends on how much you would like in this bribe, but the blue cheese will do fine.
Yeah,
she starts nibbling.
I have some things I want you to look at. I mean, it's more natural for you if you take a look at them.
What exactly will you want me to look at? Nothing scandalous, I hope.
He's got a couple of scrolls of his experimentation with the runes on it. He sort of shows her, and it's like, I mean, if anything seems off to you.
So you see her take her glasses and put them up and put them down on her nose.
He's just because I mean, she's a rune drake.
Yep, and nibbling on cheese, starts looking at this. Well, I've not seen exactly this different interconnection here. And what exactly are you going for here? This is a little bit odd. I think this swirl should be more counterclockwise, but it could work. You're trying to integrate this gate rune here. Is that what you're up to?
Yeah, we're trying to help Florian and Florian, and we need to. If you recall when I tested out the rune with earlier, last time I was here, I was testing out a rune.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, similar technique. Bit more involved, as you can see.
Quite a bit more involved.
Same attempt.
You're not going to cast this on someone, are you? She looks around the table. Oh.
That's what I want to make sure it's okay.
Oh, well, let me take a deeper look here. And,
Using the bond between Balthorian and Florian to see if we can help them out.
well. Yes. But.
Yeah.
Well, Balthorian still has an avian brain. I don't think you're going to have the correct compatibility here. You're going to need someone. I'm afraid you could turn Florian into a bird brain.
See, that was one I can tell that's still an improvement. Dark joke. Well, we do have sort of another link to Florian's mind as well, which we could use. Would that work out?
Well, is it
non-bird link?
Oh, well, that's then. You'll need to modify this right here to make sure that Balshirian's just a bridge and not necessarily getting inserted there himself. But
okay.
I suppose it could work. Risky, but I mean, what's magic if not a little risk, right?
Yeah. It's just I don't want to risk. Yeah.
I mean,
He
it's not
looks-
the worst possibility.
You sort of say, okay, well, I'll take the notes and I'll see what I can do. Yeah. He looks notably downhearted. Yeah, notably downhearted by it's like he can't make it. If he can't make the safe, he is.
It is well constructed, dear. Just little refinement, I believe, is what's in order. Like I said, take another look at, and she sort of circles 2 or 3 spots. Whereas you look at them, go ahead and do me an Arcana check to see if you can understand what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay.
On a 19, you can sort of see the error of your ways and sort of see where things aren't quite meshing together.
Can I, like, watching over this happening, can I get an idea of how she's understanding the runes of magic, or is it just like for like her own expertise or knowledge? Considering how she lit up before.
Do me a perception check.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Is it like a knowledge thing, or is it like a instinctive?
Like how is
understanding.
she understanding this? Like I just want to find out. Oh, 25.
On a 25, while she's been eating her cheese and she's been doing it very subtly, you notice how she sort of looks down at her wings where you saw the runes appear before, and she seems to be almost as though she's consulting her own book of runes.
Yeah.
And let me just see. Good old Agatha.
I like the idea that it's like me and Agatha is talking over this, and we're each just grabbing bits of cheese.
Yeah.
It's just
On an
eating
18, she
away,
doesn't
writing.
seem to notice that you have been perusing her or caught her as she's been doing this. But yeah, no, you all are sharing a plate of cheese and yeah, going over these runes.
All right. Yeah, he is still a little downhearted that, but yeah,
No,
he's going to be working through the night, guys.
spells weren't built in a day, dear. Don't get hard on yourself now. You've learned quite a bit more than anyone else. Well, in millennia on this sphere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Think
just
about that. Yeah.
I had a bad experience recently, and I'm really kind of worried.
well, then be careful.
Yeah.
Scribe twice, cast once.
He's got, because he brought down his notes. He lays out like 4 different types, 5 different drafts.
Luna, do me a perception check.
Oh, good. My sheet. Perception.
Actually, Luck's gonna do one as well because he's got high. pass.
Nope.
He's generally not flashing these around. He's sort of keeping them on the table and usually
Oh
keeping
yeah,
the
but
rest of them covered.
there are eyes in this room. On a 22, you do see Luck sort of turn away from the table and go join another table. And as you kind of wondering what he's up to, you do catch that they were rubbernecking a bit over this direction as you all were going over this. And so he seems to be now regaling them with a story.
Can't have that.
Okay. As a side question, I mean, is it? There's a lot of stuff I don't know. Is this something I'm going to have to learn myself, or is there a couple of things you can teach me about
Well,
some runes in like?
here's the trick, dear. Runes are colored by each individual who learns them. As I can see in your scribing here, you began with blood and death and some others, which now weaves its way through everything that you've done. So no two rune casters are the same in what they do. So there's not teaching as much as guiding.
Yeah. Well, if you have any guidance, I'm welcome it. But I kind of suspected.
Well, don't start
going
with
to be
blood
like
and
that.
death, dear.
Too late for that one.
Yes, a little late. So
I've got a friend for
Well,
this. It's fine.
she looks at you closely and goes, "It's not bad, but understand that in a way it makes it easier, but also harder. Blood was one of your first runes. Blood will always be a way to empower everything else you cast."
Oh. Oh, okay. Right. That's probably why I have such difficulty with the Solux. Okay. But that's something to think about. I'll see what I can do. Okay, I've got a couple more ideas. Yep. He sort of starts going over his notes and seeing if there's sort of some things he can integrate in there. Other than, maybe a blood sacrifice might work. Hey! That's the last resort.
Not a lich.
That's like, he's barely considering that. But yeah, he's just sort of maybe see if he can work it in there.
Yeah. So, you all get some guidance. You get some dinner. Anything Luna would like to particularly do while she's down here after dinner, or as the others are talking deep magic?
She still hasn't actually caught up with Sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just trying to catch her at some point.
You can ask pretty easily, and you can hear that she is out back. Out by the grill.
Luna will try and peek to see if she's interrupting a moment, because if she is, she will not say anything.
Okay. Do me a you can do investigation, perception, whatever you want to do to sort of peek out into the back.
That's about 16.
On a 16, yes, you do in fact see Sky and Gandry out back. There are other people out there too, but they seem sort of they're holding hands sort of over by the grill, and not particularly they're not they seem to be enjoying each other's company, talking, sort of holding hands. He's cooking. She seems to be sort of handing him some of the grilling tools, and every once in a while, you can sort of see that she has sort of like a plate of things that's come out from the kitchen to help him either put on the grill or whatever. So, while not cooking herself, she seems to be there with him.
Okay. Gotcha. Nah, I'll just leave it be. She's working. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back up to her room.
Okay. You head up to your room. Vidar, anything after you finish up, you luck? Are you going to help Axel through the night? You are muted.
Yeah, I was muted. Vidar is definitely going to, after discussions with Agatha, he's going to look, the hand on the shoulder, and say, come on, I'm sure if we work together, we'll be able to figure this out. We can piece 2 and 2 together and use different methods. A couple of prototypes, and hey, we can only do what we can.
Yeah, I mean, Fireballs are fun, but I don't want to blow everything now.
Yeah, look, if you need a guinea pig, happy to try. But at the same time, look, it's going to be a process. This is something big we're working on. We're trying to do it in a day.
Yeah. Right.
Axel, do me a perception check.
Yeah, he's going to finish up with this and put it to the side and give attention to Riley now. Because he's been busy all day.
Okay.
And reception check.
Basically, as soon as you...
Ooh.
On a perception check...
A 1.
On an at 1, you hadn't noticed. So you're taken by surprise. Riley's been following this entire exchange. Dad?
Yeah. Sorry, Riley.
No, you mean someone could get hurt? Like you were hurt?
Yes, someone could get hurt. And that's why I want to avoid that.
But...
We do everything we can to try to mitigate the danger. That's how life works. You can only do so much. It's like I said to you, it's going to be a lot harder to shoot someone than shoot a target. So we try to avoid shooting people and shoot targets instead.
But...
If that makes sense. To try save people.
I understand, but... I mean, this is for Iska, right?
This is for Iska. It's for our friend Belshorian. It's for Florian, who is...
I mean, it's Iska who could get hurt.
It is Iska who can get hurt, yes. And of course, well, nothing. Yeah.
You see Riley sort of looking up at Iska, who's up performing. Well, then I want to help too. To make sure Iska doesn't get hurt.
That's the spirit.
But if we're not really sure, then I don't want us to do it.
I don't want us to do it if we're not really sure. But in the end, it's Iska who's making the decision. I just gotta, depends on, we've got a couple of days, depends on how long Iska's, but it depends on how long we have and everything. But if you want to help, I would welcome the help.
Okay,
and
then.
I'm certain Iska will as well.
Well, let's get to work then.
I'm gonna whisper to Axel. He is made of the. Just heading to his ear. He is born of the life root.
Hey,
You
I'm
know,
aware of that.
you know what that means? He's not a divine soul. It's just struck me, but they might follow the path. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you
beautiful.
see, like, Axel, this is really hard. Yeah, I am aware of this.
Good. Life root.
Anyway,
Life root.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although-
better death. No. Life. Yes.
I'm thinking if we want to do some work here, there's a place we can go. Very nice. Might be very busy with all the caravans, but we could give it a try if it's not busy, and maybe we can grab luck. It's a tea terrace.
There is.
There was a tea terrace here.
Terrence's
I
Tea
believe.
Terrace.
Tea terrace. And we
Yeah,
can head over
let's-
there. It's got, it's a nice place. It's from what I remember, it's usually quiet.
It
but
is.
Might be different.
Yep. No. You guys can gather everyone and
Yep.
head for a late night out under the stars. You do find Terrence's is basically deserted. He does remember you all and welcomes you up to the terrace. He is a bit off the beaten track, kind of locals only. And most everyone else is making money while the sun is shining. So he's not had a lot of customers and is happy to leave it open for you guys. As you all can head up there and begin to work through the night.
Oh, and boy, how do we?
And with that, we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to do pun of the week, and then we've got to get back and see how Celia's doing.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, thank you everyone for tuning in. For those of you out in chat who I haven't been able to say hi to, welcome. It's great to see all of you. I saw New Titans. I saw Fernando. I see Hawkeye, all the gang. I see the other Kyle. Yes, Tamric, I have developed a draconic rune magic system, which is kind of crazy, but hopefully we'll be putting it into some sort of format that can be released so other people can give it a try and playtest it later on. So,
Technically glyphs.
technically glyphs. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over to our good friend NNG9 so that she can do pun of the week, and I will be right back.
Okay. Hello, everybody. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This channel is run 100% for charity. This month's charity continuing to be the Outright Action International Charity. They're an organization dedicated to securing human rights for LGBTQ people everywhere. There's a lot of good information on the website. And if you want to go to the website, you can click on the purple lettering in the description below. There's a little blurb also there under that purple lettering if you want to read there first before you go to the website. If you'd like to donate through our channel to that organization, you can click on the banner above that, and there's a number of different things you can donate to affect the story. For any amount, you can add to our spell bank, and at each $100 increment, we get a higher level spell. So we'll go from a level 100 to a level 2, 200, so on and so forth. You can, for $1, you can give a player a D10 healing dice. They can be used as a free action to build or return, and trust me, we do use them. For $2, you can give a player an advantage on any roll. It's death rolls. For $3, a D12 Bardic Inspiration to whoever you like. $5, you can give a player a luck dice, which is basically a mulligan. You can re-roll anything that isn't a death roll. That includes damage and healing. For $10, you can give a party member a random potion from the Party Punch Bowl. And $25, we still have the Action Surge available to donate to a player. But please still feel pressure to donate. You can also do things like share us on social media like Twitter and Facebook and other platforms. Otherwise, thank you for joining, and we hope you continue to enjoy the show. Oh, it's a good guy pie!
Hello.
It's a good guy that is a pie.
How are
Thank you.
you?
Perfect
You know what
timing.
I love? I love that good guy pie is just a black screen for me.
Oh, no.
Look at this, we got
No.
pie.
You're muted, Jay.
Oh, my mouth full.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's eating food anyway. It's fine. But yes, we've been off for a few weeks, so we will be doing palindromes first. 2 of them.
He's not muted to the stream.
He's not. Who's the? Oh, Jay's not muted to the stream. Are we? He's muted.
It's the way I capture my audio. I capture the mic directly for the stream, so
Oh, okay, gotcha.
stream can hear me, but when you all sometimes can't.
Okay, correct. Where was I? Yes, palindromes, which I believe I owe 2, 3.
2.
We'll do 3 just in 2.
Okay, or 3, either way.
You know how many you owe me?
How many?
How long was I off?
Long
Oh
time.
no. Oh no.
Okay.
If that's the case, we're just going to go away, Penny Gallery. Go away. We're just going to go in order in that case.
There you go.
Stack cats. Star rats. Sir, I'm Iris. Smart rams and so many dynamos.
Nice.
Knowledge and
I trust you implicitly.
Yeah.
That all of those were things and the
You're
things.
welcome to look it up later.
Yep.
So those are all the palindromes for our absences and Jeanette's. Now for what are you doing? Okay, now for those are palindromes. What are you groaning about?
Mhm.
Anyway,
It's preemptive.
Because I just got back and now I'm here for part of the week.
Exactly. I didn't even plan it this way, but it worked out like that. Now time for everybody's favorite segment, Pun of the Week. Hello, Mecha Spider. What do you call a goat that's lazy?
What?
Billy Idol.
Bye, Pie. Bye, Pie. It's good seeing you for a moment.
I just had to come off from a shift where I worked in a football club for over 800 people.
Oof.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
That's all I'm saying.
And
Have
the pun hurt worse.
Yeah.
Can I just say, NG9 is frozen in the best way possible.
Screen cap. Screen cap.
She just got like the evil face. It's the evil bun face.
Evil pun face.
Don't move, NG9.
One of these days you'll learn the pun word will never work. I'm stronger than you can imagine.
Okay.
Ultimate forces of evil.
So,
Why
With-
ultimate?
Because why not ultimate? It's fun.
with that pun, we return to Balathera. And a very important role for Tree Hugging Druid. I need a D100 and I need you to call high or low.
Oh, what you gotta call?
Who you gonna call?
Dice rollers?
Yes,
Hi.
apparently.
Because it was low last time, so I'm going to say hi.
Okay. Are you sure you did need a different direction?
Well, we'll see. I've still got to roll, so.
That's true.
Ooh. On a 79 over 40,
Oh!
you step out of this shop where you had been treated so badly, or where these jerks have basically refused to serve you, being a moon elf in this sun elf city, and bump right into oops, I need to get Agatha off the screen. We don't need Agatha on the screen for this. Bump right into your old nemesis from
Oh, great.
your apprenticing with the Obsidian Order. Her name is
Yay.
Her name is Lyra. And she just looks at you with a predatory smile and just goes, Celia Lauren, you're supposed to be dead.
I am.
Oh, but here you are, in the flesh.
Maybe you're just going crazy.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm sure many people would love to hear that Celia, who no one had any doubt had gotten herself killed because of her sloppy skills, is actually alive, even months after her supposed death. Now, how could that have possibly happened?
She smiles. She says, apparently, my skills aren't that sloppy.
Well, to walk right into the center
I mean,
of that...
compared to yours, they're pretty good.
Well, I'm not the one standing in the middle of Balathira, caught in bad blue makeup, trying to...
Oh, you're not wearing makeup?
I've never had to, dear.
Mm.
So, shall I take you down to the Undercity? Let everyone celebrate the fact that you're not actually dead? Or do you want to tell me what you're doing here?
She says, oh, I'm working.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Everything is
Oh no!
hokey.
Please don't tell me you nat one.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
It was close, though.
It was close.
Jeanette, what's the number that comes after 9?
I mean, I was gonna say yeah, by switch, but now we know that.
But at first, you see an almost shimmer across her face, like, "Oh my God, is she working?" But then resolve hits in as on a 12 against your 10. She goes, "Well, if you're working, then you won't mind going down and visiting, our teacher."
Who said that's who I was working for?
Oh, doesn't matter, though. I'm just betting that...
My new boss would love to meet you. Do you want to go meet him?
I do. Let's go.
Okay.
Void.
I'll send you
Void.
And I'm going to send her to the void.
So you need to make an attack roll because you have to hit.
Yes, I will use an advantage.
Okay. Which thing am I rolling?
I'm assuming just her dagger.
I mean, it's just an unarmed attack because she doesn't have a weapon in her hand.
Okay.
I can't remember. Do you have unarmed setup, or is in that case
Doesn't look
then it just
like
be?
I don't have unarmed setup.
So then it's just a strength check.
Okay.
I'd let you do because you just need to touch her. I'd let you do an acrobatics on this.
Yeah,
Acrobatics at advantage.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
26.
And she's going to acrobatics right at you, right to try to avoid. So contested acrobatics. Ooh, this. Ooh, stand by. Actually, I need to get up the sheet. Ooh.
Or J rolls. Do you want to use anything?
I will use. Do I have any inspirations left?
I believe you do. Yes, you do.
I will use one.
Okay.
Ooh, this could become impossible to beat.
So now 32.
That's a 32. Ooh. Yeah. I don't. It's impossible to beat because she only has a +9 and rolled a 19. As you hit her,
So you okay.
you see her form get banished into the pocket dimension. I need you to roll a
And
d.
then I run.
Need you to roll- so let's
Who's
roll
the
it.
better rogue now?
Yeah, roll a d4
Okay.
to see how many rounds she is stuck there. Is it d4 or d4 plus 1? I think it's d4.
Yeah, it's a D4 plus 1.
d4 plus
Plus
1.
one. Okay. That's right. Yeah, because you improved it or something.
Yeah.
Only
Ooh,
2 rounds.
only 2. So you got a 12-second lead.
That's everything.
So
but actually-
with the triple dash, that's 180 feet.
Yep.
So 90 feet each round.
90 feet each round.
So
you get,
180.
so are you
And
just...
she takes like 2d10 damage.
Yep. So go ahead and roll 2d10 for the
2d10.
rogue. Yep.
2 D10. 9.
Takes 9 points of damage, but you got 180 feet. So are you just running flat out? Are you trying to hide? Are you trying to zigzag? What are you doing to try to get away? I gotta get some good music. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down an alley and then go down another alley and then go down another alley, and I'm gonna try and hide the best that I possibly can. I will become one with the trash can if I have to.
Interesting.
That should be today's quote. With the trash.
It's a good one.
So you go running through. I was hoping for something a little bit. I don't have something right off the top of my head for something that's a little bit better than this, but this will work. You so I'm gonna say you're not gonna be able to make the full if you're zigzagging and trying to go through. So go ahead. We'll say that you can double dash, not triple dash, with that. So 120 feet head start on this person, and go ahead and roll me. Since you're flat out running, unless you want to slow it down even further, it'd be a stealth at disadvantage, which for you would be a flat roll.
Yes. This is important. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do this stealth at a flat roll, but if it's not up to par for me, then I will use an inspiration if I have any.
I will let you know, because you can call it after the roll. You can use an inspiration, but it's still going to be a failure because you nat 1'd it.
No!
Sorry.
So do you still want to use the inspiration die, or just
Do I have any luck dice?
Luck die. Yes, you do. You do have a luck die.
you can roll a luck on it?
I'm gonna use one of those. I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay. Now, do you want to use your inspiration? So this is important. You don't want
I
this
can't
person
see
thinking-
what it is.
It's an 18.
It's an 18,
What is-
which you know you can do better because the other one was 30.
Yes. Yeah, I will use an inspiration.
Okay.
I gotta hide, man.
So that brings it up to 26.
26.
That's better.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to see. And they have advantage on perception, so on a 24, they don't see you, but they do see your path and begin to chase after you. Chase the direction that you went, as you only had about a little bit of a head start with that dash, unfortunately leaving a little bit of a trail behind. They turn around the corner, and where did you try to hide?
I mean, I said I was going to become one with the trash can.
Okay. So you, within this trash can in an alley, you can look out and you can see. Roll me a perception check, as they are going to stealth as well. You see her, this old nemesis of yours, come around the corner and start to sort of blend into the shadows and start stalking towards you down this alleyway. However, you are still able to see her fairly well hidden, but not completely to your trained eyes, as she walks down the alleyway towards you. Celia! Oh, that was fun. New tricks, I see. And keeps walking closer and closer down the hall, down here. She begins to start to look around and start to investigate the alleyway, sort of poking at different places along the way. As you know, she leaned a little bit more towards the inquisitive, and was more into. She was known for being able to spot things out of place. And so I need you to make another stealth check, as she now is starting to investigate closely this area.
Okay. Do I still have disadvantage?
It'd be a flat roll, yeah.
It's 32. It's about as good as you're gonna get.
So, as she comes by, Celia, little alley rat, farm girl. Clink, clink, clink. She starts banging on different pieces, trash around. Over to the other side again. Come out, wherever you are. Do you really think you can hide in Balathera? And starts to bang. Oh, is this where you are? And starts to bang on the trash can. You can do a perception check if you'd like, or what would you like to do?
Is she banging on the one I'm in?
She's banged on pretty much every trash can and pile of trash down this alleyway. So she is banging on yours, but she is banged on all of them.
Then I will use. I don't know. I will become even more one with the trash can and bury myself deeper into the trash.
Okay.
Kind of making it where I'm like putting it over my head and
so do me a sleight
like
of hand.
use her banging
Yeah.
like her banging to my advantage. Whenever she bangs, I move
Okay.
quickly and put it on top of my head, and then I wait, and then wait till she bangs again, and then I put it on top of my head, type thing.
Okay, so do me a sleight of hand check. And since you're saying that you're doing this with the banging, I will give you advantage on this.
Okay.
Things D&D make you say. I'm going to become one with the trash.
Looks like you rolled a 14. Would you, anything else you would like to do?
You said with advantage, so 17.
Oh, with 17.
It wasn't
I'm sorry,
great.
17 with advantage.
I don't know if I have anything else. What do I have?
I didn't put in Kentucky Hawkeyes donation.
Okay, yeah, you've got the just donated this time Kentucky Hawkeyes on advantage. If you want to use, not an advantage, a inspiration, a D12.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye.
Oh.
Ooh.
Thank you, Hawkeye.
Takes it up to an 18. So, on as you move and you put some over your head, you wait for her to bang, and she stops right before, and there's a slight rustle from the trash can that you are in. And where she was about to walk by, she turns around. Always trashy. Wouldn't you, Celia?
Wow, she's not even trying.
That is my
Thanks.
girlfriend.
And you see her draw her obsidian dagger.
Yep, I'm gonna draw.
Face full
My
of trash is
rapier.
quite a...
And my lightning dagger.
Face full of trash.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh god.
On a 12, as you, I'm assuming, describe what you describe as you draw this. Are you leaping up out of the trash, or how are you?
So, she puts her hands on her weapons and slowly she pulls them. Because she can do that at the same time.
Yep, you
Yay,
can.
dual wield her feet. And she pulls them and she says, she just kind of whispers, she says, Mithrani, now would be a time to get me out, please. And then she jumps.
And
just going towards her.
as you leap up, that's actually what the d20 was for. You burst up out, and just like a death saving throw, you feel the bottom give out from underneath the trash can, and as you slip through, and that familiar jarring sensation as you fall through a rift. And roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
On a 17, you sort of catch yourself as you feel yourself falling, and then with a loud bang, Goosh! I need everyone else to make a dexterity saving throw who's at the T-terrace as Cilia falls out of the sky and lands in the middle of the table.
Can I catch her?
This
On a 23.
On a 23, sure, you can catch her. Tell me how you catch Cilia as she bursts out of the sky. A rift opens up above you in the darkness.
All right. It's mostly the awareness of her in that instant of the tear opening up, of her being back in connection with our telepathic bond. That first springs to life, and as she begins to materialize and fall out of the rift, I call on Lyle's path to totality to use that speed from the teleportation to just instantaneously just shoot towards her and grab onto her and go flying over the table onto the next one and crashing down in a hug and roll.
And knocking
Causing
over
more
every
fuss.
teapot, destroying Terrence's nice crockery. You do catch Cilia. As
Our table's fine, but the rest...
Yeah, the rest is a mess. You catch yourself before you almost take her off the edge of the terrace as this looks out over the Dragon Gust Plains. Axel on a 10. You didn't even see it coming. All of a sudden, you just thought that Vidar was jumping up. Luna, all of a sudden, Vidar, what the hell is Vidar doing? Give me y'all's reactions as this unfolds.
So I imagine since Vidar caught her, because like Luna, it's more just like suddenly, weirdly sensing something coming near her was going to get ready to like bat it away.
Mm-hmm.
So she like swipes at the empty air so it was clearly going to go off the terrace, like with the missiles, because she doesn't know what it is.
How about you, Luck, as this all of a sudden, you've been drinking like all day, like since you were drinking with Knob earlier, so...
I like to imagine some crockery goes flying. He goes to duck, but he ducks into it as Lunas like swipes another cup into his face.
Yeah, catches you right on the side of your head. A teacup, lovely floral pattern.
Was that a tulip?
As suddenly Cilia is back with the party. Riley just sort of leans back. Miss Cilia?
Yeah, Axel like throws a cup in the air and then grabs his papers to stop it getting spilt on.
Just Cilia, you guys hear in your mind, she says, I don't think Florian's gonna be an issue anymore.
Welcome back.
Wait, what?
It just raises an eyebrow.
You alright? You seem a...
In y'all heads, you hear, the Obsidian Order knows I'm alive.
Oh. Okay.
As she still has remnants of Moon Elf disguise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, your clothes once again are now covered in.
I'm just
also covered in trash.
Oh, and she smells lovely.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna pat and stroke the head as I cast prestidigitation through the hair and the body and everything. Just multiple castings, just been like, oh come on, and I'm just gonna help her up.
So you're doing that. Luna's just going to power wash both of you since you're right next to her.
Sploosh!
1 prestidigitation, 2.
Pretty much. I'm
Hair
helping.
flick.
I see petunias.
Small cut. We'll say you took a hit point of damage. Look, you've got a hard head. You've been hit by rocks.
Someone's thrown a teapot at him before.
Iska just sort of is looking at there and just like, of course.
Ruin our nice tea.
What?
I just wanted a cup of tea.
Our table's fine.
No, it isn't.
I mean, the research is good.
Y'all.
Dandelions.
Luna's gonna look pretty blandly at the destruction, then just kind of look towards Celia. You're paying for that.
She has Vidar's gold point first.
Exactly.
But I was paying for it because it's always Vidar, right?
The Rexit at Celia. Who's what is whatever.
And the party is reunited at least a little bit. Upon the familiar surrounds of Terrence's t-shirts, you see Terrence come up, this sort of tall human, just sort of looks around the corner, having remembered last time when you left behind an ice slide off of his terrace that took a couple days to melt.
It melted, whatever. It wasn't a trick.
God. He's not gonna let it.
I'm not gonna let it slide.
We're gonna.
Oh, that was bad. Terrence kind of looks up and goes, and starts to gather up broken crockery.
Only I had mending.
Ah,
I don't.
So
I hope only. That'd be so nice. I can fix one of them.
Celia looks on her shoulder. Is Lad Jr. still there?
you see him kind of shaking. And he hops over. He actually is mending as well. Hops over and starts putting that together. Starts doing mending on little
Nice.
on broken teacups.
Useful. Yeah,
That's very useful.
more useful than me.
Just in case my thieves' tools ever break. Let's be honest.
Pretty much. It's Steve's best friend.
Thieves' best friends.
It's like that's his subclass, Steve's best friend. He just kind of is whirring and just buzzing as he, piece by piece, like sometimes not getting the right one, and then. But after the excitement has worn down and Terrence is seeing that his china is being put back together slowly but surely, you guys can finish off putting these glyphs together and prepare for what lies ahead tomorrow. So, as part of that, I need to have Axel, Vidar, and Riley to describe to me how they're going to lend to making this rune. It is basically a skill challenge where you all have to meet a threshold, and we will see how well this rune's going to work by how you all roll. So, Axel, you're pretty much stuck with Arcana, but Vidar and Riley can lend stuff in different ways. So,
All right.
we'll have Axel actually go last. So,
All right.
Alright, so Vidar is going to, considering the gate rune that has been, the gate in Cosmos that's been inscribed on Lysithia, is going to summon the sword, and they've, in their workings, they've designed a section of the room where either the sword or ring is a part of it, like a little slit. So just the presence is able to expand and connect and focus the rune. So by summoning Lysithia, he's going to place the sword in the glyph, and on the practice run and through the theory, he's going to make a incision which opens up to, that's designed to open up and connect to Florian's mine, using Lysithia to then bridge the rune towards Iska and Florian, if that makes sense.
Makes enough. So what are you gonna roll for it?
I'm gonna empower it with a path to totality. So I'm gonna cut the threads of reality to then heal.
Because cutting the threads of fate is always a good idea.
Yeah, that worked so far well for you when you cut the threads, when you cut the weave and lost your weave sight.
We're not cutting the weave, we are poking into it. We're poking into the ley lines of magic.
So you are.
I mean, that's the first idea.
What
that
I will
pops
let
into
you
my
do.
head.
So since you make your attacks using your
Excellent, make it
charisma,
work.
using your charisma modifier, which is based on willpower. I will let you roll me a charisma saving throw for the willpower to mold around this path of totality steel wind strike that opens up, these short range teleportations with a gate rune that's etched on Lysithia's blade. To see how you do.
All right. On a 30.
On a 30. Nice. I will note that down. Good to know.
Praise be Lysithia. Started high.
Next up, Riley. And I'll let you describe for Riley. Axel.
All right. Riley, he doesn't know exactly, how things function, but he knows instincts and how, in many ways, he works. Because he's working on it. He's fiddling it out with all the plant stuff and hairstyles. So he's gonna sort of provide insights into his, physicality, into his how his body works in terms of how life flows through it and things, and how it can manipulate plants. So that's what he sort of works to help in.
Okay.
And of course, how to, if he, heal others through that as well. I was going to say he would be using his athletics, since it's his physicality.
Okay.
That would be a medicine.
No, I'll allow it. I think where we'll go with this, though, I think if we're going to try to go for molding with athletics. So, as you were saying, it's that he's literally, in some ways, cracking open his carapace, this outer sort of armored shell that is a part of him, to lend his runic magic that he has, the life rune that's been imbued in him. So it's it's almost a endurance check for him, as he is helping to infuse his own life force into it. And I'm going to change this up a little bit, since we're going more endurance. I'd say it's a constitution. This is his constitution that he is.
Yeah, it works.
He is lending his constitution to your experiments here, and because he is draining some of his own life rune force to lend to this magic.
Alright.
So roll me a constitution saving throw.
Saving throw or check?
I'm gonna say this is saving throw.
Right. 16.
16. Okay. And lastly, Axel.
Axel. He's just working to put it all together to, integrate the magic, work through the weave with Vidahar, and work in sort of a capacitor for the life power that Riley grants. And in fact, that works perfectly. Because of the insight from Agatha, he is going to mix his blood into the inks, so that the components that he's setting up the circle with, so that because the dragon so the dragon in him, he could probably imbue into his blood. So it is in many ways a conductor for the Vidar's magic, but also its blood. He's probably going to try to set up so it works as a channel for, particularly good for a channel for Riley's magic. So that's what he's going to try and work into the final one.
And
as well as something that he's not sharing, which is if anything goes wrong, it's not going to hit Iska. He's redirecting it, but he's not telling anyone about that because
using having thought to consult Agatha and using her advice, I'll let you roll this with advantage, and especially since you're mixing your own blood into this. Nice.
I didn't even see that. Where's oh, that's very nice.
On a nat 20.
A nat 20, nice. I mean, number one, he's trying to make it safe.
Yeah. There is a part of your mind that opens and clicks with this. And as you are working on this rune, your understanding of the gate rune itself opens up and becomes enlightened, whereas before you could just use as an augment, you now are beginning to actually understand the true power of the gate rune, as it is connected with Vidar's help and Lysithea. It is both a gate on this plane, but it is also a gate. It has the power to open gates between planes.
Ooh.
And, in fact, between spheres. And into the esoteric realms that lie underneath even the spheres themselves. Into a gateway into the weave. And in this case, having used Iska's song as an inspiration, a gateway into the tapestry of fate itself.
Yikes. Well, you're still gonna. That's helped to work it out properly. Wow.
As you sort of finish this test scribe, you see Iska, who's been sort of sitting back at all this, looks at it and looks at you strangely and looks around, almost looking on your faces for any type of reaction. And she then looks at you, Axel, and goes, "Do you hear that?"
I hear a bit of something.
And as she then grabs your hand, and you hear a symphony playing. She just looks at you and go, "It's gonna work."
All right. That's good to know. I think I need to sleep now. Yeah, he looks a little shell-shocked. A little bit.
Yeah. This new enlightenment, and she sort of looks around. She goes, "I think probably all should."
Vidal's gonna come to Axel and just give him a big hug and say, "You've got this. We've got this."
Teamwork. Yep.
And knowing that you have a
Gonna
plan,
give Riley a hug.
Riley just kind of looks and goes, and having looked and seen Iska say that, goes, "So, we did it."
We did it.
Okay. So, I guess tomorrow's the day?
Well, yeah. I guess tomorrow's the day. We can get this sorted done, and then we can get. Yeah.
Okay. It's safe. And she looks both to Axel and Iska. So,
Safe.
It's good.
It's good.
It's
Right.
gonna be alright.
So yeah. This is going to be fine.
Luna gives a very confused thumbs up.
yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure Luck is just like completely not involved.
That pretty much that same expression right there.
He's drunk. Teapot to the forehead, and now magic talk.
Yeah. And as you all pack up your things and head for a well-deserved night's rest, we'll think we're going to finish this off, end our session, and we'll start up at the dawn with new developments and new spells to be cast. So until next time, folks, thank you all for joining us, and hope you enjoyed our story. Let's go around and meet our cast.
Oh yeah.
We'll start with Dragons or Cats.
Hello everyone, I am Dragons and Cats. I was playing Vidal Lycran, our Hexblade Warlock to Lysithia, the Moon Elf. And that was a good fun session. I wasn't expecting this to work. And yeah, I know Luck has been a bit drunk today and Luna's been busy, but hey, let's do a three-way fisty fight training segment next session. It'll be fine. It'll be good before we even go. We don't need sleep.
How
You
much
can find
money
me-
till Vidar dies?
How much money? Not much. Not
Yeah, it's like
much.
that's not a bet you want to take.
Yeah.
Next
I mean, I think the real bet is who will kill Vidar first.
oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Next up
Well,
is Templar Warden.
Hello, I am Templar Warden, and I was playing headed by Axel the Tabaxi Wizard. Something just went crash on my computer. I was playing, yes, Tabaxi Wizard headed by Axel, and of course his son Riley the Warforged, or Runeforged. Lots of fun stuff in this session. We didn't even get to the Axel the World Turns On either.
Yeah, no one told Axel about the message.
Yeah, great. I want to hear what happened there.
what message?
Why does this keep switching on and off? I don't know what's wrong with my screen. You may find me anywhere on the internet as Reign of Templar. You may find me on Twitter. No, you find me on Twitter at Reign of Templar. You find me anywhere on the internet as Templar Warden. There we go. You may, of course, find me and everyone else in the Discord, which I'm going to put in the chat. Yeah, and now Axel has insight into, well, a gateway into the weave, the tapestry, the void, presumably, to wherever the Netherwings are hiding. All these good things that really he should have.
Vidar first wants to use that to go flip the bird at Frost Prince. He's done nothing.
Axel's not scared.
Hey,
Anyway.
all great places to hide your phylactery. Next up, Luna.
Hey! I'm Energy9. I play Luna. You can find me on Twitch at Energy9. I stream some stuff. Probably Slay the Spire again at some point next week. And other things. Energy9 on Twitter, where I tweet stuff. Probably mostly snake pictures going forward. That's me.
Cool. Good Guy Pie, in from work.
Hi everyone, I'm Good Guy Pie. I have been a little dopey from a very long day at work. And it's stuff is happening and I understood like 60% of it, so we're making progress.
There you go. Yeah,
there you go.
More interesting, more martial things to come. And last but not least, Tree Hugging Druid, off exploring Balathira.
Yeah, that ended so well. Hello. You can go follow me on Twitter. I don't really tweet things, but I retweet when things are happening. Sorry about my internet today.
Actually, it's settled down quite a bit, so.
Yeah.
Cool. Things happened. Oh, Lyra. We'll see her again. Anyway, I am Tall Squall. I was your DM and your host. Hope you all enjoyed our session. We've got more Vice next week. We will be off for Labor Day, but then we should be back pretty much straight on through, at least for a while. As summer, as it always is lots of people with lots of schedules, and when you got 6 players, that's what happens. We won't see Bird next week, but we should see him on the 7th after Labor Day. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned to all of our Twitches and things, and until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, and we are going to go off and raid. Let's see. I'm going to find someone for us to raid, and until then, we will see you around the interwebs. In fact, you can find me tonight on So Chatty with Maddie at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and hope to see you there. Be sure to stop in and say hello. And I'm going to send you all off to some other folks who are gaming out there, who look like they're having lots of fun. Wow, here's someone in their home session. That could be fun. Dexy GG. Oh, it's in Portuguese. Sorry, I don't want to send you off to a Portuguese channel. Dynamite D&D looks like where we are heading to, and hope you all enjoy, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Toodaloo.